Okay, so let's start with a blank presentation or a blank drawing. So your first step here is to click this one, the layer properties. Okay, and as a default, you have 0 as your first layer. Then click this one, the new layer. So let's say we create at this moment a two layer. So we can name this as figure, and the other one is, let's say, dimensions. Okay. Next is we will have the color. So for the color we have, let's say for the figure is yellow, and for the dimensions we have, let's say, red. Then also we have the line type. So set that to continuous. Then for the line weight, so let's use the standard, which is 0.5 for your figure. And since dimensions has a thinner line weight, so we can use 0.13. Okay. You can add more than two layers here. Just click this one, the new layer, if you want to add more layer other than figures and dimensions. But at this moment, we will going to use only two layers. Okay, so you can now hit this one, the close. Okay. Usually, before you learn layer, you are using a zero type layer. Let's say you draw here let's say a circle which has a radius of 50. So that is your circle having a radius of 50. And let's say another circle which is concentric to the given one. Let's say this is 25. So that is under layer 0. But this time you will have now the layer under figure property. Okay, so let's say another circle here. Let's say this one, this is 30. Okay, then another concentric circle inside, let's say this is 10. Okay, and if you observe, it has its own color, the line weight. So this is the line weight. Okay, if you can see, it's much thicker compared to the default layer. Okay. Okay, so let us try the given activity here, the speed test number 2. So we can try it using the different layer. Okay, this one. Okay, so let's try it here on this part. Okay, or just copy it first. So we can try it on the other part of your drawing area. So let's say here. So what happened? Okay, copy this one. There. Let's say we start it here. Okay. So the first thing you do is to set your layer to figure. So in this given drawing, you have additional layer which is your text. This one. So you have a text here. Okay, so this is the figure. Okay, so it starts with a figure, so a circle. So the bigger circle, which is this one, that is 130. So we can start it here. Diameter, so that is a circle having D diameter, which is 130. Okay, yun ang first circle. Then the next one, so here, this is 78, this is 37. So we can use here a line, okay, dito sa center, which is 78. Yan, yung first step. The next is 37. Yan, next. The next is 43. Okay, so those are three lines. Ito. The first line, which is 78. This one, ito. Then the second line, which is 37. So this one. And the last line you have 43, which is this one. Then the next one is you can draw this circle first. Itong circle na to. Okay, but you have to offset it here. So nakikita nyo may 18 pataas. So we can offset it by 18, this one. Okay, so we offset natin ito by 18 here. Yan, yan ang 18 dyan. Then you can now draw your circle in this point. That is, ilan ang diameter niya is 52, D 52. Okay, yun ang given. Then inside diameter, you can see here that this one is 16. Okay, 16 na muna. So see here, and 16. Sorry, diameter first D, then 16. Okay, ganun. Then next is, let's say we draw the smaller circle inside. So this circle, so this one, ito, this is 34. So we can draw here a circle, ito, which is 34, diameter 34. Okay, okay na siya. Now we can draw here a first a line because it is at angle 45. So nakaganito. Let's say at let's say 34 angle 45. So that is not 45 anymore since you have an offset of 90. So that is 135. So ganun. So yung circle dito having a radius, a diameter of 8. So you can draw it here. Ito yung center niya. So 8 yung diameter. Ganun. Okay. So next, you can now array this one. Okay. Array using polar. Ito yung center point. Sa center nito. Yan. Bawasan nyo yung items. Make it 4. Okay. So, that is now your final product. So, this one, since this is just an imaginary lines, so this can be converted to dimension layer. So, ganun na siya. The next is this one. So, you have an arc here. Itong arc na to. So, paano siya madodraw? Given ba yung radius? Yes, that is 180. So, you can now use circle, tangent, tangent, radius, enter. So, dito yung first tangent. Dito yung second tangent. Then, the radius is 180. Okay, ganun. Okay, so ito na yan. Ito na yung arc nyo. Ayan. Then, you can now trim it. TR, TR. So, you can cut this one. Then, we can offset it here down. Offset by how many? So, 20. 20. Then, click ito. Then, click bababa. Ganun. So, later, you can trim it. The next is we're going to work at sa baba. This one. So, you can draw here a line from this one. So, that is until 78. So, napin natin yung 78. Ito. Okay, pababa. Yan. Then, the other one. Ito. Okay, that one. So, i-click na lang natin dito. So, almost done na yung object. So, balikan na lang natin to. So, we start with this one. The gear inside. So, the diameter. The outside diameter is 80. This one is 80. Then, the inside diameter is... Okay, nasaan yung inside diameter yan? 46. So, 46. Ganito. Then, here we have 10. Ganito 10. So, that is now 90 plus 10. That is 100. At, let's say, 46 divided by 2. 23 angle 100. Okay. That is the part. Yan. So, extend na lang natin. This is because it is here. Yan, ganun. Then, the spacing of this one, yung teeth ng gear is 6. So, you can offset this one. Offset 3 by 3. 3 dito. Then, 3 din dito. Okay. So, if you have that given, so you can now trim this part. Ito na. Okay, ito na lang natira. And this one also. Okay. Then, you can now remove this one inside. Then we can now array it. So count the number of items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the array is this one. By how many? This is the center point. This is by 7. Okay. Then trim. Trim this one. So this one. That one. That one also. This one. That one. That one. And this one. So you have almost complete sets of drawing. Then ito naman sa baba. So ang spacing niya is 20. So we can offset this one again by 20. Pataas. This one also here. Then we can extend this part. Ayan. Okay. So after you are finished with that one, so we can now delete your guides. Ito, delete na natin to. Ito, hindi. Now we can fillet. So we have a fillet, different fillet radius. Fillet are, let's say 10 first. Ito. Yan. Then fillet radius again. So this is 12. here. Yan. Okay. Then dito sa baba, if you can see, this is 8 and 5. Fillet radius 8. Ito. Then fillet radius 5. Ito. Then ito naman is 20. So fillet radius 20. So this one. And same with this one. So this is 12. And 12 din doon. So fillet radius naman 12. Okay, so ito. Okay, this is 12. Fillet radius 12 also. To this one. Okay, so almost done. So this is 5 and 10. So fillet radius 5. Ito. Okay. Then this one is fillet radius 14. Ito. Okay. Yan. Okay. So you have now a complete set of the midterm drawing. So ito naman ang required sa inyo without any dimensions. So you are now done with the drawing. So that is less than 30 minutes. Okay. So now, since we are at dimensioning, so we need to dimension that one. So the dimensioning is under this one, annotate. Then let's say we make another dimension. So click this one, click the standard, then new. Let's say we name this one as gear. Yun ang pangalan niya. Then continue. Then let's say first, let's try the dimension if it is fitted or we need some modifications. Okay. Go back to the home, then click this one, dimensions. So let's say start with this one, so yung 37. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the linear. So go back to the annotate, then ito linear. Click this one, the center, then yung dito. Okay. Okay, start to paano ba? Okay, sa mali. So let's have it again yung line from here to 78. So we will have a guide 78, then followed by 37. Yan. Then we use linear. So this one from here to 37. Okay. Ito 38 78 pala dito. So if you observe, you have a very small dimension. So this one. So very small siya. So we can now modify your dimension. So click natin ito. Dimension style. Then, itong ginagamit natin, gear yung ginawa natin from the copy of the standard. So, we can modify. Maliit siya. So, dito tayo sa fit. So, 1. So, let's say we make this one as 10. Then, we try it again. Okay. So, medyo maliit pa yung 10. So, if you can see, may major difference from the before and after. So, yung fit, we make this one as, let's say, 25. So, this is not, you have no right value for this one. This is usually approximation. So just check your dimension if it is fitted on your drawing. Okay, so 78 ba is okay. Okay na yung 78, but I don't want this one, yung mga unnecessary zero. So under modify, be sure to click again gear. Then here at the primary units, zero suppression, check trailing. Okay, then click it. Click this one, then click OK. So para pure ano lang siya. Okay, for the arrowhead, okay na ba yung arrowhead? So we can change the arrowhead. So it will not be like this one. So you have this one, close field. We can use it, let's say this right angle. Okay, yeah, para matipid sa ink. So you have now 78, but I think 78, okay na. Pwede na siya. Then we'll continue. That is, again, linear ulit. So click this one and this one. Itong endpoint dito. Then i-align nyo using this method. Okay, so that is 37. 37 ba? Yes. Then the last one. Then click continue. Ito na yung last one. Okay, 43. Then press enter. Then for the diameter, you have it here. Ito, diameter. So you can click this one. Ito. Then ito. Ito na yung diameter. Okay, ganun yung method niya. Or if you don't want that step, you can drag it here para sa loob yung diameter niya. Or there's a method wherein you can almost similar to this one. So modify natin. Under fit, ito. draw dimensions line between extension lines. Yan, ganyan. Okay. Okay. So, if you have this one, so we can now use this radius. Okay, this one. Yan, ganyan. Okay. That is using the radius. That is R12. Again, radius ulit. So, this one, using this. You have R10. Yan, ganon. Then, this one also. Then, you have R5. So, this one. So, you can click it. So, to avoid that arc, you can just click the arrow here or like this one. Okay. Then also, ano pa? Yung mga radius. So, isa-sign na natin ito. You can use this one. So, this is R5. So, you can have it down. As long as it will not going to hurt your drawing. Walang problema sa dimensioning. So, we don't have a proper or a standard for dimensioning. So, ito pa. This is also again 20. Then, this one also is, this is also a radius. And this one. Okay. Okay, radius din ito. Okay, so you can write like this one or like this one, but it will going to hurt your dimension here. So you can click this one and you can drag it like here. You can put it up or here. Okay, and this one, okay, you can drag this one going back here. So it will not going to draw additional arrow. Okay, ito kasi pangit may arrow dito. Or if you don't like that method, you can also, for the text, this one, you can align with dimensions line. Okay, para ba ganun siya. Kung anong position ng dimension, yun din ang position ng arrow. Okay, or baliktad, if it's, what is the position of the arrow, so that is also the position of the dimensions. Okay, like that. Okay, okay, this one also, you can move it here. Okay, so you must have a proper placement of the dimensions. Okay, so dito, pwede ba dito? Yes, you can do it here. So ano pang mga lacking dimension? We can delete this one. We can change it using again the diameter here. Okay, yan, ganito, yung ganon. Ganito na lang. Okay, so yan, that one. You can use that one. And the 130, do not forget it, the bigger circle. Okay, because if you lack dimensions, the drafter will find it hard to draw your drawing. Okay, ito pa. This is also diameter like that. Okay, so which one? Yung kulang pa dito sa part na to. Okay, so kulang pa dito sa part na to. So this one also. This one. 16. Then this one also. Kulang pa. 34. Then this one also is, you have 52. Okay, so that's all for the drawing. And the smaller one. Okay, ito yung smaller. Kulang. Diameter ba yung given? Yes, it is the diameter. So we can set it here. Then, okay, like that one. You can edit this one since you have 4. You can type dd, edit. Okay, click it. Then click this one. So you can add a text which is, what is the text? dd edit because I click it. Okay, then you can type 4x. That means 4 times diameter 8. So that is the one it's this circle is using, di ba? Apat, 1, 2, 3, 4. So to avoid dimensioning each circle, you can just use this method. Then the next one is, you can first angular, but before that, you must draw here a line para makagawa tayong angular. Then another line here. Okay, ganito. Yan. Okay, so now, under annotate again, you have this angular. So click this one and this one. Okay, yan, di ba? 45 degrees. Okay, itaas ko until dito. Or I can just make it here, then I can move this one here. Ganun. Okay, so you have now a complete sets. Itong malaki, do not forget because you need that one. So that is also a radius. You can click it here, then pag ganito. And yung offset dito, you can just use this one, align. Ito, dito din, perpendicular. Yan, align. Okay, you can drag this value inside here. Okay. Ano pang kulang na dimensions? Ito na, may R20 na. Ito R8. R8 ito, kulang R8. So just use this one, the radius, this one. Okay, that is R the R8 here, like that. Okay, so we have now complete sets, or we can move it here. Pangit. So ganito na lang. Ganyan, ganyan. Okay. Okay. So we have now a complete sets of dimensions. You can bring this down here. Okay. Okay, 35, 5. Ano pang kulang? 34, ayun na, kompleto na dito. R5, R10. Okay, yung 18. So do not forget the 18. So that is a linear also here. Okay, ito. Yan, 18. Do not forget that one. I can bring 18 inside here. Okay. Okay, so you have now a complete set of the drawing. Then this is your given. Okay, so wala na tayong problema. So may dimensions na tayo. Then if you're going to turn this on, the display, you can now view your line weight. Diba? May line weight na siya. So maganda siyang tingnan. So try natin i-print using the PDF method. Okay, Control P, previous plot. So we can use, let's say, the paper, kind of paper that you want to use. Okay, so let's say PDF, yan. AutoCAD PDF. Ansai A. So we can just use this one. Try natin. Okay, so unscale na muna because I'm going to teach you how to print it using scale method. Diba? So makapal yung drawing versus the dimension. Yung dimension is manipis lang. So maganda siyang tingnan. Okay. So that is how to properly use dimensions. But if you find it, yung dimensions medyo pa big, dito tayo. Ito yung ginagamit natin ng gear. So modify mo lang dun sa fit, bawasan natin. Ayoko ng 25 kasi masyadong malaki. So we use it 20 only. Okay, hindi mo lumiit siya. So mas maganda yata. Try natin i-print ulit using the previous method. So let's try this one again. Okay, ito yung dimensions mo. Preview. Okay, so if you notice, okay, mas maganda siya. Ulit yung dimensions but it's still readable pa naman. Okay, so that's it on how to use layers, dimensions, and proper proportions of your dimensions. So you have learned different ways on how to draw layers and use dimensions.